Now we'll learn how we can take this into Substance 3D Stager and how we can render inside Substance 3D Stager. So first of all, how to move this Walkman into Substance 3D Stager. Now keep in mind there is no audio cassette inside. So first of all, I will go to the file here. Okay, so already this is saved. You can save it. Then you can go to send to, then Substance 3D Stager, and it will start exporting this one. Now, once we have this option here in Substance 3D Stager, you have to make sure none of them is selected and then press import. And now this is imported. So what I have to do here is that, because I cannot see anything here as it is zoomed in and my Walkman is super big. So I have to press F on the keyboard. So as soon as I will do that, it will focus it out. So now I can see my whole Walkman. Now I need the audio cassette. So I will go to my Blender. I will hide everything except for the audio cassette here. I will select the audio cassette, go to the file, export, and I will choose here GLTF, GLTF, okay? And I will select this one. I will go in include option and make sure selected objects is checked in. I will save it as cassette.glb, export it, okay? And then I can just put this normal back to whatever it was. Okay. And then close, save. Now here I will go to File, Import 3D Model. Okay. And cassette.glb. Open it up, same settings, and import. And now you can see that it's inside my like my Walkman. Now here inside the stager, to see how it will look like in the rendering, you can turn off the ray tracing. You can turn on the ray tracing. Once you will turn it on, you will see how it will look like. So it will show us how the glass will look like actually. So it is turned on right now. And you can see this is how the glass will look like. The whole thing is transparent because there is full translucency over here. So I will just turn this off. Okay. And now what you can do here is that because inside Substance 3D Stager, everything works with the real based size. So I have to make this smaller. To make this smaller, first of all, one thing that I would like to do is that this audio cassette, I will put this inside this Walkman folder and close the folder here. Okay. Now I will go here in the starter assets, and here inside the basic shapes, there is a shape here, which is pour box. So I will click on it, and you can see that this is actually a milk carton, and this is how big the Walkman is. This is giant. So it has to be nearly half size of this because this is the realistic size. Now, if you will see here, I have selected the pour box. If I go to the transform, the size is around 29.99 centimeter. Okay, that means my Walkman should be around like 21 centimeters or 20 centimeters. So what I will do, I will go to the Walkman here, and here I will type 20 and press enter, and it will become small. And now I can bring this one here. Okay. Also the pour box there just to compare. And if I press F on the keyboard, it will zoom in there. So this is how it should be. Okay. And I don't need this pour box anymore. And now if I will apply any sort of lighting on it, I will get the more realistic result. So I will set up a nice composition where I can see everything here, the buttons, okay, and something like this. And then what I can do here is that I can add a camera here. And once the camera is added, maybe I can a little bit zoom out. and I can hide or unhide the camera. I can go outside the camera, inside the camera from this button. Now here I will go to the camera settings in the object. Now this is 50 mm camera. I don't want that. I want it to be 35 mm camera, a little bit wider lens. Okay. And something like this. And I can turn on my depth of field here, and I can take this set focus and click on the Walkman itself. Okay. Oops. And click on the Walkman. Now, if I turn on the ray tracing, so you can see that everything else is blurred out except for this. So the blur option also is too high, so maybe I will keep it 2. Okay. So now I think this is much better. And what else we can do here is that let's turn off the camera. I can go outside the camera mode, deselect everything, and then rotate. Otherwise, what will happen? The camera will rotate here. So I can give I can make a nice angle here. Then add another camera. Okay, and now I can set this camera as well. 35. Zoom in. Set focus point here. Okay, and first I have to turn on my depth of field. Then I have to take the set focus point and click here. This should be not that much, maybe 2. Okay. Or if you want a little bit higher result, maybe 5. But I think 2 will be enough. Otherwise, there will be a lot of blurring going on. Okay. Or if you want a little bit depth of field more, so I'll make it 5. Okay. Now, what else I can do? Come out of it, click anywhere, and then maybe this from this angle. We can focus on. Okay. Add a new camera. 35 mm. Zoom in a bit. And then depth of field on. Take set focus. We can focus on this. Right now the focus is on here. Or you can take and focus the Walkman itself. The blur, maybe 5. I think that's too much. So maybe 2. So this will be fine. Let's see what else we can get. Okay, I think 3 will be fine on this angle. Okay, so I will go back here. Okay. And what I can do here is that let's make the let's work on the environment. The background is, let's make it a little darker. Okay. Something like this. And I want to make something like this kind of a dark color. So I think a little bit more dark. Okay, I think that should be fine. Now I need some reflection on the floor. So what I can do, I can go to the ground and some reflection here, maybe 10, and you can see the reflection is there, or 5. Okay. And the reflection should be more blurred, so I will increase the roughness of the reflection now. Okay, so if you want more blur reflection, then 50. Okay, I think 25 should be fine. Okay, now the colors, like, sorry, the lights. So if I will go to the lights here, and then here I have lights option, you can see there are a lot of lights. So you have this light here, you have this warm looking light here, more realistic, but it's too warm, doesn't look like a studio. I'm looking for something this sort of a result, which is like more like a studio result. So I think if I will go here, and you can see that this looks more better here. I can go out of the camera mode for a while, okay? And then what I can do here is that if you will see here, I have background. I can make the background like a visible, and environment like more clear instead of blurred. Now this should be the background here, okay? Or yeah, this should be the background. So what I'm going to do here is that if I press shift on the keyboard and right mouse button, so I can move my background. Okay, so you can see that it is moving here. So it should be like this. Okay, because this is the front light and then the other lights are there. Okay, so this will give me a nice touch to it. So what I can do, I can go back here to my environment background 0, 50% blurry. Okay, and now I can turn on my camera here. And also here, if I press shift and slight move, if you don't want that appearing on the screen, on the window here. Okay. Oops. So this is what I'm getting right now. And what else you can do here is that if you want, you can change the camera angle here. Okay, so this looks good. If I go to this side, this looks good as well. This side looks good as well. So these are fine. Now, in order to render this, what I can do here is that I can go to the render option. And inside the render, you will see that I have turned on my GPU rendering, which will be more faster because I'm using RTX 3090, which is super fast. Okay, preset, if I will keep it ultra, so it will be really high quality, resolution full, okay? And then what I can do here is that I can turn on all the cameras, and what it will do is that one by one it will save my file. Okay, so this is full HD 1920 by 1080p, and here I can type the name of the file. Okay, I can choose the folder where I want. Okay, so I can go to the Blender Walkman folder. Okay, make a new folder here called renders. Inside the renders, I will select the folder. Okay, you can see that it's saying render 3. So that means it will render 3 files here. So I will just press it here and it will give me all the options here. So let's see, once everything is rendered, we will come back to see like the final result. So now, as you can see, the rendering is done. So all the versions are done. So what I can do here is that I can click here and show in folder. Okay, so what it will do is that it will open up the folder here. And here are all my renderings. Okay. Now, if you want more intense result here, you can increase in Substance 3D Painter the like the intensity of the grains, or you can keep the grains a little bit more bigger. Okay, so it's totally up to you here as well. So you can see how these results are. So you can see here all the buttons part here. Okay, so if I go to 100%, okay, or if even if I zoom, you can see here, you can easily see these like buttons here. So like quite good results here. And if we go at the back, so you can see we have a really good like battery compartment like panel here. So I hope everything is clear. So you can do a lot of different experiments and create some really nice like results out of this. So hopefully you have learned a lot about this like creating the Walkman inside the Blender, then taking it to Substance 3D Painter, and then finally into Stager.